Hey guys, what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to another video of the Predator Vlogs. And today I'm really excited because I have this big box of action figures right here. Oops, I don't want to show you what's inside. So this big box just came in the mail a couple of days ago and I wanted to open this up and share this with you. So if you've read the headline, you know what these figures are. But I just want to talk a little bit about this because these MOTU 2000X figures were sold back in the day when Mattel restarted and revamped the MOTU line of action figures, right? So we had the Mike Young Productions cartoon that was running, which I still feel is the best cartoon ever for He-Man. And then we had this insane line that was aimed at kids, but then kind of found something niche with collectors as well. People love to see He-Man back on the shelves and people started collecting all of these figures. Some of them look really amazing. They look wicked, insane designs. But what ultimately killed this line was so many variants of He-Man and Skeletor that were there in this line. But even to this day, this line continues to have a really loyal fan base. I had He-Man and Skeletor in my collection before, and then just the other day I saw an amazing deal and I just had to pick up a few more to add to this collection. So let's get into the video. Let me show you each and every one of these figures. I'm excited, you're excited, we're all excited. Let's do this. Before I get into the video, like, comment, subscribe, support the channel in any way you can, share it with your friends, talk about the Predator, anything goes. So let's get into the video and let's do this. Alright, so the first figure out of the box we have right here is none other than Cyclone. Look at this bad boy right here, Cyclone from the Masters of the Universe. You have the logo right here, look at Cyclone's face. You have the logo right there looking nice and badass. Look at that face. Cyclone kind of inspired by the anime look that was prevalent in that time. 2002, 2001, that's the time when this released. So you had Pokemon, Beyblade, Dragon Ball Z, everything going on at that time. And this artwork, the Mike Young Productions, was kind of inspired by that. This was designed by the Four Horsemen, I guess. I'm not very sure. Comment down below if I'm wrong. But here's the look, really nice. Very different from the original figures that we got back in the day. He has the disc, he has this thing at the back, really nice. You have a picture of Castle Grayskull right here. The package has a little bit of bending right here because this is what, more than 20 years old at this point, but the bubble still holds. It's really nice and tight, snug. I'm not sure if I'm going to open all of these up or still keep them in the card. I'm in a bit of a dilemma, so help me out. Tell me in the comments below, should I open them up, display them on my shelf, stand them up on my shelf, or should I keep them like this mint on card? Let's turn this around right here. Let me just adjust my camera so that you can see the top of the card. There we go. Don't fall on me, don't fall on me.
2 hours later.
Alright, so I finally got the camera to stand up because I'm too stupid. So finally I got the camera to stand up and right now you can see Cyclone right there. Really, really nice artwork in the box. Cyclone. You can see the other figures right here. We got Cyclone, Martial Arts He-Man, Battle Glove Man-at-Arms, Prince Adam, Triclops, Trapjaw, and the Spin Blade Skeletor. Like I was saying, the different variants kind of killed this line. People just wanted one He-Man and one Skeletor, and then they made so many of them. But still, some of these characters look really nice. I think this was the first time that we saw Keldor in this line. Spoiler alert, I don't have Keldor yet, but there we go. So this was the first time we saw a lot of these characters reimagined from their 1983 counterparts. All right, so the next figure in the box is Man-E-Faces. He's a man, he's a monster, he's a robot. You don't know, but this is Man-E-Faces right here. Once again, Masters of the Universe, comes really nice. Look at the details in this figure. Definitely an upgrade over the original vintage counterpart. I know we all love the vintage ones, of course. We all love MOTU Classics. This is a really nice placeholder for something back in time for a new generation of kids. Box says Mattel right here, a little bit of damage at the sides, but you know what? I'm still good. I'm happy with this because this is 22 years old, 23 years old, so older than a lot of collectors that are collecting today. So who cares? I mean, and I still don't know if I'm going to open them up. So turning this at the back, you can see Man-E-Faces right here. Other figures in the set, you have another variant. You have Ice Armor He-Man, you have Buzz Off Man-E-Faces, Mega Punch He-Man, Evil Lyn, Whiplash, Too Bad, and Fire Armor Skeletor. There you go, look at this. I think the missile fires from here. Yeah, you have something where you can just play with this and the missile is gonna fire. There you go. You can see that it says the missile launches. When you press the button, you can change the faces. And this is a really nice one. I really like this. Let me just put him right here at the back. There we go. What else do we have? We got Tuvar and Badra. This is Too Bad. If you've seen the cartoons, you'd actually learn the origins of Too Bad in this cartoon, and that was amazing. I love that they invested so much time in the origins of characters like Stinkor and Too Bad. Really amazing. If you've seen the cartoon, you'll know what I'm talking about. But right here, this is Too Bad. Look at that joint right from the hip. Looking really nice. You have a picture of Snake Mountain right here. So this was something else that I really like about the line. So you can identify the villains versus the heroes, because the heroes have Castle Grayskull printed right there, as you can see on Cyclone, and then the villains have a picture of Snake Mountain right here. So this is the figure, comes with this sort of a nunchuck sort of a thing that he holds, and then he has another shield that we've seen with Too Bad. Just turning this around. There you go, look at this. There you go, Too Bad. Looking really nice. He has this axe, he has a chest armor. There's a play mechanism right there where you can just hit somebody, some of the Masters of the Universe, with that axe or club or mace or whatever the hell he wants to call it. And then you have other figures in the set like we just spoke about. Collect them all. You gotta collect them all. So I'm on that path. I've jumped down this rabbit hole and we don't know where this ends, but we're gonna try and collect them all as well. So there we go. These are some of the figures. Let's just put them aside and let's see who else do we have. He is the most famous magician of Eternia. We got Orko right here. Really nice figure. There we go. This is another different reimagining of Orko. If you've seen the vintage figure of Orko, you know this is really different from what Orko originally looks. It says Masters of the Universe right here. Awesome sticker that's included right there. It says Mattel once again at the bottom. It says Orko, Heroic Coat Magician. And let's turn this around. Let's look at the figure first. Let's take a look. There you go. You can see his eyes, his face covered by that veil. He has his blue hands, looking really nice, about to kind of say some spells or something right there. I was just looking for his staff. That's right here. It's kind of fallen inside the packaging right there. Supposed to be holding it, I guess. And he has this sort of a fireball thingy that kind of explodes. Let's just turn this around. So yeah, that's something that I was just thinking about. You have Orko. You kind of put him here, kind of hovers with this stand right here, and then you just press the button and the fireball explodes. Explosions, that's what we like. Once again, we have the different He-Mans right here. Smash Blade He-Man, Teela, Orko, Trapjaw, Triclops, and Spin Blade Skeletor. So let's just keep him here. And then the final figure in the box. We got, take a guess, there is just one. This is Trapjaw right here. Take a look at this Trapjaw. Boy, oh boy. Really amazing. Let's just put him back. And this is one of the designs that I really loved. So Trapjaw looks really, really menacing. Just look at his different arms. Really nice, mechanical. I think the Four Horsemen did a great job while they were sculpting this. Look at this. He looks really menacing. There you go. I'm doing my best so that you can just see all the details without me having to open the figures right now, because that's a decision, again, I am yet to make. I'd love if some of you could help me out in the comments below by telling me whether I should open them or keep them sealed. Right here, package has, once again, a little bit of damage, but we can live with that, not a problem. There you go. It says awesome sticker included. Really nice belt. You have the skull and bones right there on his belt. He has the hooks for the different arms that you can put right there. And turning this around, you can see a picture of Trapjaw right here. This is one of the figures that was sold in India by Mattel. This is back in the day, long time ago. It says November 2003. Let's write down in the comments, what were you doing in November 2003, if you remember. If you weren't born, you can just say that, you know, you were a little piece of imagination back in the day. So there we go. We have Masters of the Universe, the other figures right there. Teela, Smash Blade, He-Man, Orko, Trapjaw, Triclops, and Spin Blade Skeletor. So that completes the 5 figures that I have this time, and I am just getting started. I'll try and put pictures of He-Man and Skeletor that I have in my collection, so that kind of completes what are the different figures that I have right now of the 2000X line. This is going to be a new quest, a new journey. Do I collect the Snake Man? Do I collect all the variants of He-Man? Stay tuned on the channel to find out in this collecting journey how we go about it. Now there's a lot of heat on 2000X. There's different companies. Mondo, I think, is coming up with a new line. I think Mattel's coming up with a new line. So we're gonna find out what happens next. But this is a rabbit hole that I've just gotten into, and I intend to keep going down. So thank you for joining the Predator in this unboxing. I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed myself talking about these different 2000X figures, and I'm gonna figure out where I keep each and every one of them. These are big boxes, and until the next time, until I see you again with more unboxings, more action figures, more toys, this is the Predator signing out. Predator out.